Good afternoon and welcome to Real Talk. I am one half of our team, as you already know. I'm King Arthur.
Hey, I'm Kimberly Anise. Happy New Year. Happy 2019. Woo-doo-woo. That was like extra.
I know, she's back. She got noises.
I know. And I'm early.
We got our own sound effects.
Woo-doo-woo.
I know.
Okay, that's enough of that. Okay.
I like that. I like it though. So we have the opportunity, the awesome opportunity to start our year off with our first segment of our show. And I get to sit beside Coach Jazz, myself, because you know I'm kind of like a coach. I got some skills myself. So introduce yourself to the people.
Well, I go by Coach Jazz. Jasmine is my real name. I'm an international basketball trainer and a defensive specialist based out of Atlanta, Georgia, in Australia.
Okay, Atlanta and Australia.
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to come back and revisit that.
Okay.
And next we have...
I have the wonderful opportunity. Let me get that right. Let me say it one more time. Wonderful New Year opportunity to sit beside Ellie Batchford, superstar, age 13. Oh my goodness, top in her class 2023, point guard, one of the best. Hello.
Wow. 13.
13.
I don't even know if I could dribble at 13. Then I went pro.
Oh.
So, yes.
Ooh.
Yes.
Quick.
Yeah. You probably didn't know. Probably didn't see a lot of it.
Okay.
But I was in the pros. Yes.
What team did you play for?
Oh, I played for the Bulls in the 90s.
Oh,
I think 91 when we won the championship.
Oh, you was on that team?
I was on that team.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
I used to wear 23, then I retired. Then this other guy came back with 45. So I just let Jordan in that.
You let him have that?
I had to. He had a family and stuff. I was single, so he needed the money.
Y'all look at my face. I thought we had an agreement 2019. No more tails. No more tails.
All right. That's my last truth.
Okay.
I did play for the Bulls. I have a Bulls jersey.
Let's hear from Allie. Stop this madness. I have to shut it down right now. 2019. Shut down.
Okay, here we go.
Somebody actually believes that.
I know.
Y'all do know he washes his hair. Did y'all know that?
I really do wash my hair.
Show them your hair.
I take shampoo from the hotels and I shampoo my hair. I do, for real. It's a habit. I do it before I shave it, and it gets all the oils or something. I don't know. But it makes for a closer shave.
I believe that.
I do. I take them.
Okay, that's...
You really paid for them if you pay for the room, you know.
Okay. Back to Ellie. Hey, Ellie, I'm going to ask, because I must know, what is that one thing that motivates you to keep you moving? To be where you are at age 13, that's amazing.
Well, like, playing with my teammates, and I just love, like, seeing them improve and stuff.
Wow. So it sounds like you are a leader.
A team player already.
Yes, team player, a leader. It sounds like she's in the business of helping others get to where she is.
And you got players in the NBA, even though I was jokingly saying I played in the pros, but you actually have a lot of professional players who haven't grasped that team concept. Right. They still feel like it's all about me, I'm going to score as many points, and why haven't we won a championship yet?
Right.
Because it's bigger than you. And you already have that mentality. That's like miles above most teenagers. I know definitely most 13-year-olds, because I thought I was great at 13 and everybody else was going to follow me. I didn't care about the team concept at that time.
Tell us this too, because when you talk about professional players, you've had an opportunity to play with some professional players. What was that like?
It was really cool. We like did this music video thing, and I got to like play with Tiffany Hayes.
Wow. Mm-hmm. Wow. That's amazing.
I know.
And hers is true.
I know.
Unlike your Bulls experience.
I'm telling you. I'm going to find some old pictures, and you'll see me like blocking Jordan's shot like when he first came in the league. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I made him better. Yeah. I was a defensive specialist myself. See.
I can see that.
That's how Jazz and I sat by each other.
Right. Yeah, we said, okay.
Yeah. It just happened. So how did you two actually meet up or get together?
Right. So her dad actually reached out to me maybe about 3.5 years ago.
Okay.
Basically, when she came to me, she had a nice solid foundation, meaning proper form with her shooting. already with a handle, like she could handle the ball.
Okay.
Me, I just added a little bit of sauce, a little bit more swag
like
to
that.
everything that was
Sauce
going
and
on.
swag.
So yeah, that's basically how we met over time, and then our relationship just started to build as she got older. We started to just pick up with more training and more events.
Wow. So explain to me, or explain to the viewers,
Okay.
how does the Atlanta, Australia connection come into play?
How did that happen?
Yes.
Great question. So I originally played at UCF, University of Central Florida.
Okay.
After playing there, I went on to play overseas. Originally, when I was starting to play overseas, I knew I wanted to be in China or Australia.
Okay.
Those were my two markets. I was like, oh, okay. Well, I ended up playing 1 year in Germany, and then I had my first big contract in Australia. So,
Okay.
and then I liked the team, people there, everything. It was just a good situation. And
Okay.
being in Australia, it doesn't seem too different from being in America. It's because they still speak English. We
Okay.
eat
Oh, wow.
similar food, so you're not feeling like you're in another country.
Okay.
So, and after I stopped playing, that was always just a common ground where I would go back and visit. So that's how I had that connection.
Wow. So I actually have a high school classmate of mine, 50, from the And1 mixtape tour.
Oh, nice.
So he had a basketball game, I think
Yeah,
it was
that's
last weekend, a street baller type game. So we went to the game, but he actually started playing in Germany. And then he
I
came
did
back
not
and
know
did
that.
the And1 mixtape thing and went back to Germany again. And I was like, they have basketball in Germany? Like,
Yes.
you don't even think about it.
Correct.
You don't look at it. You think about China or you think about Spain because someone who graduated a few years before us played in like Barcelona or somewhere. So you kind of knew about Spain.
Yeah, you heard
but
that.
I never thought Germany. And then to hear you say, yep, I went to Germany and then I bounced to Australia is like, wow. But I hear, though, basketball is big over there.
It's
though.
huge. It's huge. They love basketball there, and especially they love American basketball. So
Wow.
whenever you're there and get a chance to speak to them about the game, the one question I always get is, "Do you know LeBron James?" You know, like they automatically assume if you're from America and you play basketball, you must know him.
Right, right.
LeBron James.
Amazing.
That's hilarious. What I find super incredible, being a female myself, I just think about when I was in high school. I'm just gonna tell myself, and it's okay. You know, I was that young girl and took gym. I mean, I never dressed out. You know, let's be honest. I showed up for gym.
I'm not sweating today.
Exactly. That's how I felt. I'm not dressing
Right.
out. Who does that? And I got a 0 every day I showed up for gym. He called my name for the
she
role.
said that with confidence.
Yeah.
I
I mean, I'm not
zero.
even saying. Coach Queen was his name. If he watched this, he knows what I'm talking about. Every day I come into class, he called my name. Kimberly Simmons, here, 0. He would say it with such strength and emphasis, you know. So, you know, gym, you know, just wasn't my thing. And I actually, in order, because you had to pass gym in order to
Yes,
graduate.
that is
right.
So how I made my grade up, I was the track manager. You know, I had to show up at the track and put up the hurdles, and sometimes I had to apply, you know, Bengay or something to help out or ride the track bus. So that's how I ended up passing gym, not from dressing out. So what I say
I'm not dressing out.
when I sit next to you, one, I'm super elated, you know, to see women in
Yes.
sports,
Right.
you know,
Yes.
and because sports does so much for kids growing up, connection. You know, they say children that are involved in sports do better in academics. It's just, you know, a lot of times, especially back in the day, because I know the friends I had, they're like, what, we getting our hair hot? You know, ain't nobody, I'm not doing that. I didn't even learn how to swim. That's, you know, and that's sad. You know, my son, though, is a totally different ballgame. But
Okay.
I just, you know, and just thinking about that, thinking about young girls, Ellie, what would you say to them to encourage them to involve themselves in sports? What are some encouraging words you would give them?
Well, just like try your best and work hard, like at everything you do and stuff.
Work hard at everything, because
Yeah.
you do that. Like, how long do you train on a daily basis?
Probably like 3 or 4 hours. Like I have 2 hours of training or like practice in the morning, and then when I get home I have speed and agility, and then just like a training.
Every day?
Yeah.
That's amazing. Every day.
I'm going back out. I'm going to buy basketball today. I'm going.
You mean really think about it, how many of us do something consistent like that every day for that amount of time?
But if you want something different, you have to do something different from everyone else. If you do what everybody else does or do what you've always done, you're definitely going to get the same results.
Right.
So you have to get up earlier than everyone else. You have to push yourself harder. And that's definitely demonstrated in your play and all of the things you've been allowed to do, as far as where your career has already taken you so far. So I commend you for that. Mentally, I get up before everybody else and I work out. Mentally, though, I hadn't translated it over to the physical.
We need a
part.
group fist pump on that one.
Everybody
Yeah.
I love it.
Daily consistency. That's it. That's it.
I'm gonna do some push-ups on the break. I've been motivated. I'm gonna hurt
and if y'all believe that, just I can't
do
even.
About 2 crunches and 1 push-up on the break.
Okay.
You gotta start small. New year.
Okay.
I'm getting in shape. I'm gonna get Coach Jazz on my team. I'm gonna work on my agility and I'm gonna get low.
Yeah,
I'm
I already
coming out of
You're gonna be ready.
I'm coming out of retirement. Yeah.
I was asking for a friend earlier, that'd be my son. But I was saying, you having any camps? And she named Australia. I was like, well, maybe we can get back.
That's a little bit of a long flight.
Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely. I just think that's so. Just hearing that, I just see you just continually transforming everybody you touch, especially young women and young boys, because that right there is key. The daily practice, the consistency, staying on your game. I mean, I'll be honest, as an adult, sometimes it gets hard for me to, stay focused, especially 2-3 hours. Then I'm going to come home and do 2-3 more hours.
Exactly.
I'm like, what? Huh? Where's my Facebook at? Hold on.
I'll do that tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tomorrow never comes.
Oh, my goodness. Did we say that out loud?
I know. Outburst.
Don't listen to us. That's a bad.
So, from your perspective, Jazz, as being a coach now, did you ever see yourself, like when you were Ellie's age, did you ever see yourself playing professional basketball or playing overseas or even being a skills coach? Or was it just fun for you when you first started?
Well, I'll start with the question about playing overseas or playing professionally. I would say when I just started playing basketball in 8th grade, so I didn't start playing until 8th grade, and then I wanted to play for Duke. Like I was like, oh, Duke looks fun. Duke looks fun. So that was my main focus. But I guess as time went on, when I was in 9th grade, I never knew that I was so much better than everybody, if that's, you know what I mean? I just thought, I just kind of play.
Right.
But when I got to 9th grade, my high school coach was basically like, oh, no, like, you're going to, like, basketball is going to be a major part of your life. You have a special gift in it. And then that's when I knew, okay, I can play college basketball and keep pushing it forward.
Right.
But when it comes to coaching is kind of like a natural thing for me. It's a gift. It was nothing that I was like, oh, I want to do that. It's just something that I'm just naturally being myself, and I connect with athletes and people, and I have ability to motivate others. So that's just kind of like how that came about. And then basketball is something that's always been fun, so I just combine the two.
Right. Find something you love to do, and if you can make a career at that,
smooth sailing from there.
Smooth sailing, absolutely.
Share your gift and your passion.
Right.
You tell them how you used to be a rapper?
Now, see, I was gonna be a rapper.
Okay, so was this before or after the Bulls?
This was after the Bulls.
Okay.
This was after the Bulls.
Cool.
This actually last year I was gonna sign my first record deal. I was gonna be like the 45-year-old rapper or something, and then Kim and some more co-hosts, some guests, they kind of hated on my dream. Remember, I was going to be a doctor that time, too.
Yeah. My point to this story.
Look, we had
I had to
doctors
have
on
him
the show.
share that.
We had doctors on the show. I said, so it's not too late for me to go back to school? And they said, no. They were all into it. Kim was like,
he was going to be a bodybuilder.
He was everything.
Everything. He was going to be a basketball player when you leave. Yeah.
I'm picking that up, too. I'm going to be a rapping, bodybuilding,
basketball
playing machine.
There it is.
Who can also do surgeries at halftime.
The moral to this story is, when you truly find your passion, stick to that.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. But you never know, though. Dreams are always open.
Yes.
Always open. You can dream.
I'm passionate about a lot of stuff.
Yeah, we know.
I started about 20,000 different careers.
That was fun.
It happens.
Well, yeah. Yeah, it
I'm going to
does.
play in the Super Bowl this year, too. No, I'm not going to play. I'm going to perform at halftime.
One of your songs.
Yes, that I haven't written yet.
Okay.
Yeah. This is going to be raw.
So, Ellie, thinking about dreams and passions, thinking about your goals, what is do you know your ultimate goal when it comes to sports or just in general? Where do you see yourself in the next 5 to 10 years? Where do you think you'll be?
Well, I want to go to college for basketball, Division I school, and I just want to keep playing basketball after that, maybe in WNBA overseas. Yeah.
Yes. And, before to our listening audience, when she sat down, we are her first interview. I don't want to capture this because when she does go professional and she's being broadcast all over the world.
Yeah, we're going to be in the draft. We're going to be at the
Draft that. You're at the table.
I'm at the table already. I'm on the phone. Like, yes. No,
Yes,
we're not
yeah.
taking that deal. No.
No. More.
More.
Or we might just say, hey,
We'll take it.
we interviewed her when she was 13. We might just say that. And we're gonna keep in touch and have you back too continuously. Yes.
Most definitely.
Tell us a little bit. I understand you've done some advertising too with camps for Nike. Those kind
Yes.
of talk to us a little bit about that.
Well, basically, everyone came, and then we did moves and stuff, drills, and then they would just take pictures and stuff, and then
Okay, they already have you on their radar, huh?
It's like, yeah, let's get her over here.
Yeah, they already have you on your radar. Anything else you would say, Coach Jazz, to young aspiring athletes? And I hope my son is watching. Okay, can you be looking at
Kenan,
this?
call him.
I want to. I can hear him. He probably will.
The main thing that I would tell inspiring athletes is make sure that your work ethic is lining up with your goals. So if you have these big lofty dreams, you want to play Division I level at the highest level, well, your work ethic and your training needs to mirror that. You can't have a C+ work ethic and expect that you're going to have some lofty dreams. Somewhere it has to be adjust. Either you start to work harder or you bring those goals down a more realistic way. Another thing, training-wise, I would always say, it doesn't take a bajillion hours every day to get better. A little bit each day. A little bit for everybody is different. It might be 3 hours for this person or maybe 15 minutes. But start where you are and just consistently do that each day.
I like that.
Start where you are.
My problem was I just wanted to play game day.
Oh, that was you. You just wanted to show up.
Yeah.
Tip it off.
I got that 23
let's go.
Boom.
Okay.
Do some push-ups. Look at my arms in the tank top. Didn't work. So, but as Coach Jazz and Ellie already hit on, that most of basketball is work.
That's it.
You may have one game a week. When you get to the pro level, it's something completely different. Then your off season becomes work. You can't go out and do everything that everybody else do because you're different. You're not like everyone else. So people don't get to see the work and the behind the scenes and the 100 layups with the left hand and 100 layups with the right hand, just to make sure that you're good and you're agile and ambidextrous. That's my first big word of the day. Oh my goodness, I might hurt myself. And for everybody who went to school with me, that means use both hands, right-handed.
I taught there. Come on now.
I'm back. All right, we're back now. So
I can't with you. I can't.
But there's a lot of behind-the-scenes hard work that happens, and people see game day, and they say, "Oh, I'm going to do that." So they start out with the trick shots. No, you got to have a foundation first. Know how to make a layup before you try a reverse layup type theory. So, are there any players in particular you look up to who kind of inspire you or motivate you, or push you to keep going?
Well, in the WNBA.
WNBA, NBA. You don't have to put me on that list. I understand.
Well, I look up to Diana Taurasi, Tiffany Hayes.
Okay. I've never played with them though.
Oh,
Any particular reason why?
legends.
Well, Diana Taurasi, she just has a really good mindset.
Okay.
And
Okay.
Yeah.
I just thought that was very, that was just a wow coming from a 13-year-old.
I know.
I'm like, is she 13 or 25? She just had the right mindset.
I know.
I wasn't expecting that. I didn't even know what to say other than, whoa, I like that.
But mindset is everything, though.
Right.
Because
Mindset is everything.
If you think you've already lost, or if you think you're already defeated, you're done. Before you even play the game, before the tip off, before anything.
Right.
I think
I
this
like
whole interview, this whole conversation just centered around consistency
Yes.
and how you get better. I mean, that goes for anything in life,
Right.
not just basketball. For
Right.
any goal you set, you have to have a practice as to how you're going to get there. How are you working? How are you getting there? Your daily routine and rituals.
Right.
And so I think that's amazing. And I think the mindset piece is huge. Very
That's
huge.
tremendous.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. From a 13-year-old.
And I realized I forgot to take my gum out. That is terrible.
Did you?
Oh my gosh,
I had gum when we started, but I think I might have swallowed it. I don't know what happened. I didn't put it under the desk on it, I promise you.
But this is real talk radio, so we can have real talk. Can we? I'm like,
I don't know
oh,
what happened. I
I forgot to take that out. That's terrible. I'm daggone co-host. Who's supposed to do
You
that?
tuck it right there.
I've been trying all kinds of stuff.
Snuff.
Did you say snuff?
Yeah, let's take it right there. You know, baby, your grandmama didn't do that? My grandmama did.
This is where I part ways.
I know, baby.
I do know some people that did that, but
Yeah.
I won't make claim they were in my family.
Yeah, they were in mine. I can tell
Okay.
you.
They probably were
Kicked
in
that
mine too.
cup over a time or two.
The snuff cup?
Yes. Yeah.
It's too much detail.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's an outburst. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Another question.
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Another thought proof. I put my thinking cap back on.
Anything coming up that you the two of you want to share with our listening audience for us to tune in? Any games, any sporting event, anything happening?
Well, coming up.
Locally.
Well, let's see. I
We
was
know
about
you
to
like
say-
to
I was
take us
about
to
to say-
Australia.
I was just about to say I am leaving for an Australian tour for the month of February. But when I return in February, I will be the lead trainer at the Top 100 recruiting event, which was that last event. Ellie won Defensive Player of the Camp.
Wow.
So that was really really rewarding for me to see as a trainer as well, to see this just practice over time, carry over, and then it's recognized by other people other than myself and people in the camp. But we have that's going to be March 2nd and 3rd in Raleigh, North Carolina. So she'll get a chance to go up against other top players for 2 days, so that'll be good. And then after that, March 10th, I'll be having a big training event in Atlanta. I'll be sure to shoot you guys the event.
Yes,
Yep.
please.
So,
What date is that again?
yeah.
Yeah, I have
So-
somebody at home that lovely, in all love, calls me Kimbo.
Okay.
That would be my child. I want to make sure he comes to that.
Yeah.
If he can, is it open
Yes,
invitation?
it's open invitation.
yeah.
Yeah, we're going to cap it probably about 35, 40 kids. Something that's high intensity, quick workout, and also we'll have like a message at the end about goal setting, just so everybody can stay on the path to achieving what they're looking to do.
Love that.
I like
Yeah.
that. Now, when you say Australian tour,
Yes.
is it a skills tour or are you playing?
Oh yeah,
What
so
exactly?
it'll be not playing this time. I'm actually teaching the game. So I'll be teaching 2 classes.
Okay.
One is called the Playmaker Series. So many times players have skills against the cone, but then when you put real players in front of them,
Right.
they
It's
forget
different.
everything.
It's like,
Exactly. So yeah. So the Playmaker course is geared towards that, being up against a live defender, reading plays and reading where the help side is. And then the other course is just skill development. Basically a lot what Ellie and I work on, whether it's your different combos, pulling up in transition, just basically focusing on your game, what you want to add for your upcoming season. So that's basically how it gets broken up.
I like that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Real
That's
talk
awesome.
goes to Australia. Let's make a trip.
I like that.
I know.
Yeah, to save some money, I'll make that happen. Yeah.
Let's do it.
I know.
You got a 42-hour flight ahead of you if you go to Australia.
Wow,
I'll see you when you get back.
I know.
Okay, I thought so.
I thought
Yeah.
Japan was long. That was like 20 plus hours.
Nah.
Lord.
I'll see you when you get back.
Yeah, you can go to sleep several times and wake up and
Yes,
still be in there.
I leave on the 28th I leave on the 28th, and I'll arrive there on the 31st.
Oh,
Wow.
Wow.
That's due with the time change,
Right.
the layovers, and everything else.
Right.
So time
22
travel.
hours.
Time travel.
Wow. Yeah, you need one of those like machines or something
Yes.
and just zap you there. So, tell the viewing audience before we get out how they can follow you, stay in touch with you, all of that great
Right.
stuff.
So you can find me on Instagram. On Instagram, it's the Coach Jazz.
Yep.
Jazz spelling Jazz. That's the same on Twitter, and that's the same on Facebook. So pretty much the same. And if you didn't get that, you can find me on the website www.jasminestovall.com. And you can
Jasmine with one Z or two?
Jasmine spelled the normal, just
Okay.
basic way.
Just-
Jasmine.
Oh, okay, I got
You know,
it.
that way- that
one.
Stovall.
Yes.
STOVALL.
That's it.
Period.
And you can find out where we'll be, different locations, and what we're doing.
I like that.
Yeah. And what about your Instagram, Ellie?
Well, my Instagram's Ellie Blatchford 2023, and my Twitter is Basketball Ellie.
Pretty much.
That's it. You don't want to give them everything else? Just give them a little bit? I'm just messing with you. You already know. She's like, here he goes again.
How about we give 2019 something different? Before we part, everybody give out one word for our audience to take from this interview.
One word?
One word.
Ooh.
We're going to do a word storm.
Okay.
One word.
One word?
I got mine.
One word.
You going to start or you want me to
Wait,
start?
what? Like,
I can go. Now, you don't want to say the same one. So you got to have, so if I say mine, somebody might have to come up with a different
I'll go last then.
Okay.
Because I'm going to take the word that everybody's going to use, and I don't want to make it unfair.
One word.
Just one word.
Okay, so my one word is consistency.
See? I didn't want to take your word because that was mine.
Okay.
So her one word to take away from the interview is consistency. All right?
my word is hard work.
I like that. Consistency, hard work.
Okay. I'm going to go with sacrifice.
Ooh.
Ooh. Put the pressure on.
That was
Consistency, hard work, sacrifice.
What we got?
I'm going to go with focus.
That's a good one.
Focus 2019.
There it is.
That's the theme. You got to
It
stay
is.
focused. It's going to be a lot of distracting.
Yes.
Like I do in the interview. I try to
Okay.
distract people and all of that. But you have to stay focused. Focused on your goals. Focus on what you're headed to. Don't let your friends, your buddies who not headed in the same direction get you off course.
Right.
That's it. Consistency, hard work, sacrifice, and focus.
Yes.
Focus.
Middle fist pump. Let's
Yes,
go.
we have to for that. Bang.
Boom. Outstanding.
All right.
And with that, we are going to take a short break, and we will be back with guest number 2.
All right. Thank you. put this gum back in my mouth.
Good afternoon and welcome back to Real Talk. And you have King Arthur here, of course, and my co-host
Kimberly Anise. Hey.
And we are joined. You see Jen trying to sit, boy. Gladiator Jen. I'm gonna do my whole show.
With the guns out?
Yeah, with the guns out.
Really?
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna do it.
Really?
Ain't no shame. And if you do like this, see, they look big. You see that?
Oh, is that what you gotta do?
Yeah, do it like that.
Oh,
You actually look puffy.
Yeah, I'm puffy. I look Suge Knight-esque right there with those.
You look
Okay.
like congested.
Like I might pop.
Yeah. Constipated, maybe.
But we are here with the phenomenal, the awesome Gladiator Jen. I like that name.
It's
you.
Gladiator Jen. That is
It's
super
Gladiator
amazing.
Yes.
That makes me want to call you just because. Oh, I know where I can get some weight loss in. Gladiator Jen.
Gladiator Jen.
It's a gym nickname.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, the guys at the gym used to call me Gladiator, and I was like, oh, I was trying to come up with a name for my business, and I was like, it just makes sense. It made sense, so.
I'm with you.
Are you still rolling up?
Yeah.
I can't even concentrate on the interview. I mean, I'm over here trying to talk to
My muscles are
Gladiator
not
Jen.
like they should be. Yes, so did my voice have to change?
This is why I need Cheryl up here today. Cheryl, you should have came
You need
in.
assistance. Look at that picture. Oh my, not even a picture. Look at the real thing.
Yeah, that's
I'm not even
that's pretty.
flexing.
I
That's pretty
know.
amazing.
I'm not either. I'm not flexing either.
You're not flexing either? Okay.
This is my norm.
You look puffed.
Yeah, like I'm about to fall out the chair.
No,
Let's talk about this awesome weight loss transformation, this coaching thing you do. And I
Okay.
know we had a chance to talk on the phone, so it was like, just most people think I can do this and I'll look like that in 3 weeks.
Oh my goodness.
So how long was your journey?
Well, I'm still on it.
Okay.
So I feel like it's a never-ending journey. So you have to treat it like a lifelong thing. But it took me probably about 16 months to lose about 117 pounds total.
Wow.
So in like the first 6 months, I don't think I lost anything.
And I give up after the first 3 weeks. So
No, you
it
can't
is
do that.
definitely not for the faint of heart.
No, it's not.
So
No.
for the first 6 months, how did you get started? I know we spoke a lot on the phone about clean eating and just changing something like with your clients. Like if you don't eat breakfast, let's try to eat breakfast before 9 and let's eat this for breakfast. Just instead of trying to change the whole thing.
Right. Well, when I got started, I basically did it on my own. I didn't have a coach.
Uh-huh.
So I just started to make slow changes. And first of all, I just started to move because I wasn't really moving.
But you were
So
playing tennis and stuff. That's
that's
moving.
when I started picking up tennis.
Oh, okay.
I was like, okay, I got to do something. So I think, a lot of times people get overwhelmed. They try to do too many things to start out with. And you can really kind of just slowly start to change your habits. So for me, mostly in the beginning, it was just about movement.
Wow.
And then I started to say, you know what, I want to get good at tennis. It's kind of hard to do at 272 pounds, and really be effective. I was good, but I
Right.
was not as effective as I could have been. So I think that kind of prompted me. Plus, the tennis clothes. You can't play tennis and not want to wear the tennis dresses. So I was like, I want to wear the tennis skirts. I want to look like, Serena.
Yeah.
So-
I used to train with her.
Oh, really?
No, but it just sounded like the perfect plug
did,
right
that did
there.
sound good.
I just
That
boom.
almost sounds believable.
I know.
I was
For a
like,
sec.
I should have did this when I said I used to train with Serena.
That would have gave it away.
Okay, so I'll go back this way.
So is that you? That's you in the picture.
that's
Before?
my before and after.
That's awesome.
I don't know what possessed me to take
I was
that
about to
picture
say
that day.
she never wanted to take any before pictures.
I didn't.
She didn't. She
I
doesn't
didn't.
like taking pictures now, but
No.
she just so happened to take that before picture, and I'm like, that was a great idea. She's like, well, I didn't want to take it. I just did it.
And I cut my head off that day because I was like, if somebody finds my phone, I don't want them to be like, this picture's on the internet somewhere. And now here I am posting it.
And I'm telling you, I got so many comments, and you saw in the comments on the post, where people were like, hey, when is the show? Hey, what does she do? How do I get in touch? Hey, just watch the show and you'll get the information that you need. My
So
muscle
is
shirt
that you?
falling down.
That is me. Yep, playing tennis.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, that's you know, it seems like weight loss is always at the top of the list for just about
Every
everybody.
resolution,
Every time.
everything.
Well, it was
every
my
cruise.
resolution for a long time. I mean,
Yeah.
I was probably like that for about 15 years, raising my sons. And my oldest son had a learning disability, and I was just all in. I just was focused on him.
Yeah.
So I really didn't really pay attention to my wants or needs.
Right.
But, you know, he went away to college, and then my youngest went away to college, and I was like, you have to do something. It's time. You got to get
Wow.
moving. So that's what prompted me.
So basically, you
my
set a
elbow
goal and
ashy?
you got more time too.
And
to
I
start.
did, but I set a
Really?
goal.
My
To,
elbow is ashy. I think
can't
my
focus
elbow is
on you.
ashy. Nat, is my elbow ashy?
This is not how real talk is supposed to work. Talking about
I have
ashy
some
elbows.
lotion in my bag because I'm usually ashy too. So
I'll
don't feel
just
bad.
hold it down like this, and I won't be ashy anymore. Okay,
See,
so
I
go
can't.
ahead.
Oh,
I can't talk though
what
because I
was
had
saying?
gone.
I can't remember now. Now I'm on
You were
ashy.
saying you don't take any time out for yourself, and then the kids
The
went
kids
away.
went
and-
away.
And she started.
Yeah, and I started to focus on me, and it was about how I wanted to spend the rest of my life because basically I didn't feel like I was mid-age, but you know they say when you turn like I'm 46 that that's like half your life, and I was like, well, how do I want to spend the rest of my life? And I had all these big plans, but I was like, you have zero energy. How you gonna do that?
Wow. So you were 272, you said earlier?
Yes, that was my high. That was my highest recorded weight. Yes.
And you're down to...
I'm in my off season for bodybuilding, so I'm a little heavier than I normally am, but I'm probably like 165 right now.
But how do you
Right.
go from 272 to 165 in your off time, even 272 and feeling sluggish and feeling like, man, I don't feel like I don't have
Right.
any energy, to even wanting to bodybuild? Like, what point
How did I
did
get
it
to
kick?
bodybuilding?
Right, how did it kick in after 6 months of feeling like I hadn't lost anything? What kept you
Oh
going?
yeah.
I really didn't set a goal. I just knew I needed to get active. I really
Okay.
didn't set like a weight loss goal. It was more like a health, all over lifestyle change goal. So, I mean, when I got into it, I really wasn't like too focused on the scale because
Right.
I was like, my main goal is to get healthy.
Get healthy.
I
and
didn't really
active.
see myself getting as far as I did. But there were some bumps along the way. Like I lost about 60 pounds and then it kind of just stopped. And at that point,
Plateaued at 60
yeah, I was
pounds.
like,
You're what?
I stayed there for a long time. And I said, you usually quit at this point. So what are you going to do? You got to do something different. So that was the first time I hired a trainer. And so he was able to help me get off about another 30 pounds and kind of got me back into bodybuilding a little bit. I was mostly doing HIIT workouts, but I started
high
doing,
intensity, whatever it is.
yeah, high intensity
interval
intervals.
training.
Exactly.
See,
Thank
I
you
know
for clearing
I know-
that up.
I
He
know
knows
all
the
the-
lingo.
I know the lingo. I ain't gonna do it, but I know.
Because I'm over here hit workouts with that music or I'm all way
Yeah,
off.
it's like really quick and
Yeah.
short
Yeah.
short breaks, but I hear it works. It works on
Apparently,
the videos.
It does work.
Wow.
It works on the videos.
And it got, like, if you're at a plateau, it's awesome to get your metabolism and everything
I
going
gotta do
faster.
that.
So I got with him. Actually, he was fabulous, and then he decided to go be famous. Left me. I was like, okay, but
I'm
at
going
that
to
point,
be famous.
I had started lifting a little bit, so my confidence as far as weight training started to grow. And then I was like, you know what? You could take it to the next level and maybe compete.
Wow.
So then I saw a coach for bodybuilding just to see even if it was a possibility, and he's amazing. And he was like, yes, as long as you're willing to put in the work, we can get you there. So that's how I got from there to there.
Wow.
Well, I would say when I was in my 20s, I haven't always been overweight. When I was in my 20s, I had started to look into bodybuilding,
Okay.
but I decided, ended up having a family instead. So,
Bodybuilding
so I was
family.
like,
I'm going with the family.
I went with the family. So, you know, I feel like you can be 46 and look back on a dream that you had at 20 and still do it, you know?
It's my rap dreams,
Right.
It's kind of
my
Well,
bodybuilding dreams.
It's not too late.
you fueling, giving the
I
gas
just need
to
some.
this.
I need
for
some
real
Rocky
here.
music. I can do it.
You can do it. You can do it. Age is nothing.
Ain't
But
nothing but a
actually,
number.
and exercising and physical activity can encourage you to live out your dreams because you feel it's so empowering.
better.
Right.
It makes you feel good. It makes you want to do something.
Right.
It makes you feel like you can do something.
Those
So,
positive endorphins.
yeah, it just kick starts a whole cycle of just living your best life.
I like that.
What competitions have you won? Some
Uh,
competitions?
so you know, more struggles. So my first year bodybuilding was last year. So, you know, coming down from 272, you know, you're going to have some things. Well, first of all, it took me a while even to get the muscularity because in certain body parts, I didn't have it, especially in my legs. I didn't really, like, it took a while to build a muscle. But I still have a little bit of skin, you know, that I'm dealing with. I came out pretty good, as you can see in the picture. But my lower abs, you know, and then in competition, those suits are like this big. So we decided to prep for a contest, like I was going to compete and see what happens with my skin. And I just didn't feel like it was the best, you know. So I'm going to get that taken care of this year, and then it's on. It's on and popping. Yeah, on and popping. My coach is like, it's no stopping you after that. I plan on getting my pro card.
No
So.
stopping
Wow.
us now.
I
Yeah.
know. If I could sing, I would.
I can't say.
I just gave y'all a little bit.
Thank you.
Hey, no. I'm not gonna go too far. I don't want to get snatched up.
My muscle shirt.
If you don't put that shirt there,
I'm telling you, they
Well,
love this.
when you have muscles, you don't really have to like augment your
Really?
clothing in order to show it. Just
that sounds like a little salt.
But see,
That's a little
I wear
salt.
black to make me look small on the show because I don't want to intimidate the viewers. See?
That's a comeback. Comeback.
That's
and see, I
nice.
knew this was about health
me-
and stuff. See, you see,
Round one.
health. If I had muscles, I'd be like, yeah, go
If you,
over there.
if you have muscles, you may have on like a tank top.
Yeah, I probably would.
Right.
And I would give people directions like, go that way, go over there.
Do y'all remember those? Back in the day, those muscle shirts.
I had
Well, they're not back in the day. They're alive and well.
Oh, they.
Some people never retired.
They don't. Well, they muscle
like,
shirts.
that one got stripes. I don't think they make those no more.
What would amaze me? I would see and I have to go back to my DC days. See the littlest dude with the tightest muscle shirt on he could find. Like what?
Like cut it all up and just skinny to death, just and cut up.
Oh, the muscle shirt.
No, him. Like he's shredded, but he's skinny.
Yeah.
I never wanted to be a built, cut up, skinny dude. I just never could like pack on the weight in the right places. But I think it looks good now. The more I look at it, I just get rid of the little ash, and I'll be all right.
All right. Too bad we don't have some weights. I could.
I know.
We could do a little challenge.
Woo, I'd be ready. Too bad I would have
bicep
brought them.
curl challenge.
Yeah, if you would have told me, I'd have brought some.
Man.
But next time, next show.
Okay, the next show. It's on.
What type of people do you normally help with your business?
Actually, with my business, I focus on women who were like me. So mostly, they tend to be in their 40s.
Okay.
Starting to have some of the metabolic disorders like high blood pressure, diabetes, high cholesterol, things of that nature, low energy, stress. Pretty much just like I was, because I feel like I really identify with them. And we just go at it. We just weekly, we're just like, I'm taking them to task on different things and different habits and just slowly fixing diets and slowly changing the mindset. I mean, 90% of losing weight is diet. So I tend to focus on that.
I thought you was about to say
I was
mine.
going to say mindset too.
And it's diet. No, we wish it was mindset. We'd be like, I got that. It's diet. So I just found that I was able to help my clients more outside of the gym, working on their diet more than inside of the gym. Because people are usually motivated somewhat to go to the gym and they enjoy it. But I just found that there was a struggle. Like they'd be in the gym and not losing weight. And you're like, well, what are you eating? And then you find out they're going to McDonald's every day.
Ooh, I had to have
So
that Big
you're
Mac.
like, well, this is pointless. You can't just come to the gym and eat McDonald's. So for me, it was like, we have to work on your diet. And they are amazed at the results they get just through diet. No exercise
the
at all, because
diet.
the first month we don't add any exercise.
Oh,
It's
wow.
just strictly working on diet. And I have clients that lose like 20 pounds the first month.
And see, that's why before you came in, I was chatting with her about the desire to cut down a couple pounds. Not so much trying to get extra fine, but just health-wise, I feel like I got a little too much weight. But I was telling her, I'm eating smoothies, celery. I mean, I'm eating like a bird. And I look on the scale every day. I'm like, same size. Like, what the what? I might as well be eating what I want to,
Right.
But the protein piece is huge, what you were
Protein is
talking
huge.
about.
And you're close to your body weight. It's always tougher when you're closer. Like the last 10, 15 pounds is always going to be a little tougher. So you're actually going to have to do a little bit more. That's when not so much diet, but a combination of diet and
You
exercise.
see my face? I'm like,
Right,
oh,
she's
what,
like,
what you want me to eat now? Ice chips?
I go get it.
No, I'm like, I don't got nothing left. Ice chips? I mean, what?
It's a lot of what you're eating. You need to eat foods that are more thermogenic to keep your metabolism going, and you need to eat smaller meals throughout the day.
Okay.
A little bit of tweaks to make your metabolism a little faster, and also HIIT training is good.
That's what I need too.
Yeah, it's exercise. Like, okay, so I had high blood pressure, high cholesterol. I was pre-diabetic. I had severe allergies. Oh God, what else? I had autoimmune disease, interstitial cystitis, this painful bladder. So I had everything, and I mean, there were days especially with my allergies, where I just laid across the bed just in pain. Like I was in bad shape, but I'm off all medication. I don't take any over-the-counter medication, none. I don't take a pain pill. I don't take allergy medicine. I came off my blood pressure medicine.
With the
weight
weight
up
loss.
in the morning, and I feel great.
Love.
I mean, nothing hurts.
Wow. That's awesome.
I mean, I've been, where a lot of people are, and they feel like it's not just weight loss. A lot of times, doctors to me oversimplify it by saying you need to lose weight. Yes, that's true, but your heart is a muscle.
Right.
So you need to exercise it, and you also need to eat right, because there's a lot of foods that will help your different conditions that you may have, more so than just the weight loss. Because I lost most of my weight and still had high blood pressure.
Wow.
Yeah, because that's why I was eating celery and different things, drinking certain teas.
The only thing for me that got me off my blood pressure medicine was the interval training. Just kicking it up and really getting my heart, really pumping and really going. I had to really kick up my intensity, and I finally was able to get off my medication. So.
Do you partner? This just came in my spirit. You might already do it, but do you partner with some medical professionals?
Not at this time, but I feel like I should, because sometimes I'm like,
girl.
I feel like a doctor. I'm like,
I got somebody in mind.
And a psychologist.
I have. I have somebody in mind that is a heart specialist in internal medicine, and yeah, they would.
I mean,
they
I
would
would
love
love
you.
to partner with the doctor, because a lot of my clients, unfortunately, have a lot of different conditions. Strokes. I have a client that had 2 strokes and had to relearn how to walk each time.
Wow.
And when I asked her, I said, well, what type of foods does your doctor want you to eat? What did he advise you, on for your lifestyle? And she was like, oh, well, nothing really.
Yeah.
And I was like, are you kidding me? I was like, whoa. So they're coming to me, and I asked them, every client, what does your doctor recommend? What does he tell you to eat? All of those things, and the same answer. And I'm just in shock.
Wow.
So I'm like, you're not getting the information you need from a place where you think you should. You just get pills.
Right. That's it.
So if, I could work with a doctor who's going to, encourage their patients to actually really get healthy and not just give them some overly simplified answer like lose weight or
there you go.
eat
Right
from
on the
this
script.
list. And that's what happened to me. I had a holistic doctor at the time when I was losing weight. And I told her that my goal was to get off my blood pressure medication. And she was like, okay, I'm here to support you, whatever you need to do.
Wow.
So
It just came to my mind. I think a lot of times doctors will have vitamins and things they're selling now. I think it's such a wonderful combination. They could refer you to like a coach like you to help you with those kinds of things.
Because a lot of people just can't seem to make the connection. Like they hear the information, even sometimes you hear it from your doctor, eat right, but what does that really mean?
Right.
You know, especially when half the store, 80, maybe 90% of the store is stuff you shouldn't be eating.
Right.
Like I go in the grocery store and I'm just like a little depressed sometimes because I'm like, I can't eat this. I go and visit things I used to eat.
Right. But you can't buy it.
I might go down the chip aisle and be like, oh, look, they got some new barbecue flaming hot chips. And I'm like, that's interesting. But then I go to the outside the store, get my meat, my vegetables, and I get some eggs, some water. I mean, there's not a lot of stuff that you can actually buy from the grocery store that is healthy. There's a lot of traps.
Right.
So a lot of people, think you're eating healthy and not
at all.
Not at all.
Now we mentioned when we spoke, you mentioned, and I'm just bringing this up because I don't want to miss out on this part, but I mentioned that normally every year, I didn't do it this year, but I start out like a 21-day, no junk food, no sugar, no any of that. If I have sugar, it's in like some 100% orange juice or something like that. But that's it. And I noticed that I lose 10 to 15 pounds every year. And then right after that, I'm back on my Mountain Dews and my candy bars and honey buns and all of that stuff. And one thing you said that stuck with me was, man, that sugar is like poison. You're just putting poison in your body. I'm like, well, whoa. I hadn't had a Mountain Dew since I spoke to you on the phone. I'm like, whoa. Wait a minute, poison when you say poison.
You did it, girl.
Yes, I know.
You've been drinking Mountain Dew since I've known him.
That's all I know.
And proud about it.
That's awesome. Sugar is, to me, like people fight me over this. I'm like, it has no nutritional value. That's the first thing.
Yeah. I've tried to find several
nutritional
nutritional
values. Tell me what vitamin is in sugar.
Vitamin S.
I mean, there's no reason for you to be eating it. It does nothing for you, but it just does damage.
It gives you that false sense of
it's the root cause of almost every disease.
Sugar.
Wow.
And you think people don't realize too, like chips and things, those carbohydrates, sugar.
Almost everything in a box has sugar in it.
She doesn't mess with the sugar like that.
Right.
Like even from a kid, she didn't mess. I'm like, how you grow up not eating sugar?
Right.
What's wrong?
I mean, it's like my diet is so clean now that if I have sugar, I can immediately feel the effects. But most people don't. You never get to that point because they're not eating as clean a diet as I am.
Right.
I mean, I see what happens after I eat sugar, and I'm like, why did you do that?
Wow.
I mean, you really have to treat it like alcohol or something like that, like something you should do on occasion, but it's definitely not something you should be eating every day. It weakens your arteries. It just does a lot of damage because it's not something your body recognizes.
And it takes, and the thing about it, and I did have some gum today, so that's sugar. But what I was going to say, it takes that mindset piece. It takes time, you know, and we can know a lot of what we're supposed to do, but a lot of times we don't do it.
Right.
But there are other factors that come into play too. I mean, to be honest with you, money plays a role. You know, depending on your environment, where you live, you could be in food deserts. Yes. I happen to live in an area where, I can run to a Sprouts or a Whole Foods. You know, my grocery stores, even you go to the Kroger where I am, you go to the Kroger in another area, my Kroger, it looks different. Yes. It has a lot of organic and all, you know, and then somebody else, they may not have that. So my point to that, too.
Not in my neighborhood. No organic now.
And so when you think about it, well, people trying to lose weight, change their lifestyle and all of that, that's a roadblock, you know, because now you got to drive somewhere. Even, so, like I used to be in a situation where I couldn't walk around in my neighborhood and feel safe, you know. So then if I didn't get home until after dark, what am I gonna do? I mean, I walk around in the house, you know, but that, and so I think when I say partner with doctors, because I think part of that in helping people discover different ways to get there. You know, let's go down in this Kroger where you live in your neighborhood and see what can you eat in here. maybe they can now you can order food in Amazon, so it's a little different.
All right.
And it depends on my client's level of knowledge about things. But I'll take you to the grocery store and we'll navigate the grocery store together.
Mm-hmm.
So I can show you, what to avoid, and it just depends because a lot of people have a lot of information and have access to a lot of information,
Mm-hmm.
but then I have clients who don't. So, we go to the grocery store and then we
That's
get back to
awesome.
basics.
That's awesome.
This is, things that are green or red or, not in a box, and meats and vegetables, so we just, I work with you where you are. So, but I understand the food desert thing, and the way I explain to my clients things of like that are a roadblock, or that, you can spend that extra hour a week driving to the grocery store, or you can spend that extra hour a week in the doctor's office.
There you go. Boom.
Wow.
Which do you want to do?
Boom.
And I
hate
know
doctors.
I do too. And to me, healthcare right now is just horrible.
Out of
Like
control.
I remember, I haven't been to. I don't have to go to the doctor now.
Look
Maybe
at
once
you.
a year.
I know.
But when I did have to go, just waiting for like an hour and a half. Then they
Yeah.
put you in the room. It's another half an hour.
Yeah.
And you're like,
Then they want you to get there early and fill out more paperwork.
and then you gotta go to the pharmacist, wait another half an hour,
Yeah.
and then you paying $67 for some drugs. So then that's money that you could have used
Mm-hmm.
towards something else. So really, you just have to decide. You have to decide that, how you want to spend your time.
Yeah. You're amazing.
I love it. So before we get out of here, because we could take up the entire day just talking about the health stuff. So, and I know you don't really do stuff like this, so you're gonna come back a couple other times.
Yay.
And we're gonna get you accustomed to
Okay.
it and get you over that stuff.
Well,
and then I won't have
ultimately,
to,
I
I'm
was
gonna wear
telling
a
you,
shirt like that next
my
time.
mission
No.
is to get people. My mission is to get people healthy, so I will get over my camera shy, whatever
Right.
that is.
That is right, because that was one of your unspoken resolutions that you don't make.
Yes.
Was that she's gonna
Get past her.
I'm gonna say yes to more things.
She's gonna
instead
say
of,
yes
I
to
love
more
it.
things, and it just so happened that I shot her a message and said, "Hey, you should come on the show." People
I was
wanna
about to
hear
say
that.
no.
Nah.
I
Then she
said,
said,
dang
"I
it.
just said I'm
It's
gonna
my
say
year of
yes."
yes.
I love it.
I stole it from Shonda Rhimes.
Year of yes.
She said that she started having her success after she said yes to more things. So I was like, okay.
I love it.
So tell everyone how to get in contact with you, and if they want to follow you, follow your progress, bodybuilding, and I'll sneak in there.
So I'm on Instagram. I'm probably that Instagram girl. I'm like the most information is probably on Instagram. So you can reach me at Gladiator Jen, and that's with 2 N's, so JENN. I'm also on Facebook, and I have a business page there at Gladiator Jen. Also have my website, so it's www.gladiatorgen.com. I made it simple.
Yeah,
You did.
everything is Gladiator Gym.
Gladiator
You find
Gym.
one, you find them all.
Right, but I think that I have the most fun on Instagram. So Instagram, Facebook, and my website.
And you're taking pictures, even though you hate to take them.
I do take a picture every day
Because clients go crazy when
That's
she
what
don't
they
take
want to
pictures.
see.
Like, take a picture. Where's the picture? And she
Right.
hates taking them. So.
I do. I know everybody's like, you have so many pictures. How do you hate taking them? Just because people want to see them.
See your process and your
Yeah.
progress.
Process. I guess it
That's
just
motivation in
they
itself.
see
You
me
can look
like
at these
in the
and be
gym
like, wow.
every day, like hustling. And then it makes them feel like they can do it too.
Yeah.
So
Inspiration.
yeah, I'm just like I just got to get over it and take the picture.
Yeah. It's not for you. It's for
Right.
them. It's for us. It's for all of us.
I try to have fun with it. So
It's good. Well, I definitely thank you for coming out and hanging out with us.
definitely. Thanks for
And-
inviting me.
Oh, yes. There'll be more visits. We don't
Yes.
want to water hose you the first time. We
Oh,
figured
thank you.
we'll let you come in and get your feet wet.
Now you'll be able
next
to
time.
see me when I'm in season and then I'm all cut up.
Oh, yeah. When is your in
This is
season?
not cut up because this is
No.
cut up.
That's what I'm saying. Because I
That's
need to
nice.
know when that is.
This is the
'cause
off
If you don't put them
season.
shoulders down, them
When I-
arms,
Yeah.
I can't.
Wait a minute. They look small now. There we go. There we go. So when is in season?
In the
Why does
end
my
of
voice
spring.
always change when I do?
Kodak.
The end of spring, beginning of summer.
Okay.
But I am
Okay.
having that small little operation, so that might change it a little bit.
Might push it
Right
out.
now, I'm starting to cut a little bit, but my coach ain't really happy about how fast I'm cutting yet.
Okay.
Because your diet gets super strict. So,
Wow.
super strict, yeah.
And
Wow.
it's okay. So you train, and you still have coaches. I know we spoke about this before, because we, especially our community, feel like it's something wrong if you have a coach, if you have a counselor, or
Right.
your own personal trainer or psychologist or things like that to help us deal with some of the issues that we're going with, because we were always taught, oh, nothing's wrong with you, fix it yourself. But you've mentioned several times about your coach or a trainer, or I got a coach for this before I did this.
Yeah.
And is that something that you advocate or something that you promote?
Well,
if someone needs, I mean, outside of your services, you know.
I mean, I believe if you're a personal trainer, you should still have a coach, because you're so busy, you really don't have time to focus on what
on yourself,
on
you're
myself.
focusing
Like, I
on
can't
the
think of
client.
that because I'm worried about what y'all doing.
Right.
So, but it's definitely if you're going into bodybuilding, you want somebody who's going to be a specialist in the field. My coach has 25 years experience.
Oh, yeah.
So he knows every tip, every trick, and I'm still learning bodybuilding, so I need him at this point.
Right.
There might be a point, I guess, where I know myself and I know how I react to things, and where I won't need them, but I like to have them because then I don't have to worry about me.
Right.
As long as I'm following what he tells me to do, I'm good, and I can focus on my clients and what they need. So I do advocate, actually, I mean, even getting a coach for losing weight, I advocate for it because it's just so overwhelming. And I tell my clients, like, they're having success a lot faster than I did because I didn't have a coach. I had to do everything trial and error.
Trial and error.
But I already know how to get it, started. So you're not going to be as frustrated as I was. Like, my clients, I'm actually shocked at their results a lot of times. I'm like, wow, I'm good. Like, I thought I was good, but I didn't think I was that good. But,
Exactly.
yeah. So they're doing great. And I'm just like, yeah. So, but I like to have that for myself because I feel like I can't focus on all of y'all and focus on me.
That's a good ass. That's great advice. So, anything you want to leave everyone with before we?
Well, I just want to say that just don't get frustrated. Just get started. Make baby steps. Think of it as
Thought
a
you was about to say
lifestyle.
make babies. I was like, whoa,
No,
whoa,
not
energy
baby,
change.
baby steps.
Okay, baby steps.
Think
I'm
of it
back.
as a long-term lifestyle, so you don't get so frustrated. It doesn't.
Yeah.
It's not a 6 months quick fix, 21-day detox thing.
Yeah.
This is a lifetime change. You want to feel good for the rest of your life. You want to be able to do whatever it is crazy that you want. If you want to go hang gliding, you don't want to be like, I'm too heavy. If you want to fly on a plane, you don't want to worry about if you can fit in the seat.
Right. I need
Like-
an extra seatbelt.
Right, this is
extra seatbelt.
and don't be in such a hurry. How long did it take you to put the weight on? It wasn't overnight.
Great point. Great point.
So, relax a little bit.
That's a fist pump.
I agree. I love it. I
Fist
love it.
pump.
So with that is Gladiator Jen. Check out the websites. Check her out on Instagram. Check her out on Facebook. Look at these awesome photos.
Amazing.
I'm gonna be there.
Why does my eye look like it's going to the other
I
side?
don't know.
Okay. Gladiator G.
So
That's all, that picture was nice.
So I am back. I know you thought we were gone, but we are not gone. I wanted to invite everyone out today, Sunday, January 13th. If you did not already know, we have a media mixer here, right here at the studio, Status Network. We are here today from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Come and see us. Come and mix and mingle with some of your best Some of you, look at that awesome graphic. You see that? That's magic. That is magic. But come and hang out with your boy, King Arthur, some of the rest of your Status Network family. You get to hang out with the awesome Jack Trey. You've heard him, maybe hadn't seen him in a while, but come out to the Media Mixer and check us out. Also, we have a Super Bowl 53 block party that is planned for February 3rd. We have a 20-foot, however big that is. That looks like 20. We have a 20-foot screen. Come out, enjoy, bring the family. We have everything. If you're worried about your safety, we have security. If you're worried about eating, we have complimentary food and drinks. BYOB. We also have a live DJ, live performances, and if it's cold, we have heated tents. But hey, this Atlanta weather, it may be 78 on Super Bowl Sunday. We do not know. We also have many vendors, so come out, join us. Hit us up on the Status Network app. Reach out to us, statusnetwork.net, if you have any questions. Or, hey, reach out to your boy, King Arthur. I'll get you any information you need. Super Bowl block party, as well as the Media Mixer. Come join us. Real talk, and we're out.